welcome to NUFC Talk TV. I'm Chris, the American Mag. We got some news today for you, and it is that there's a new defender, top defender, that has been linked with Newcastle United. We're going to get into all that, his report, his scout report, shall we call it, and what actually ignited this news to kind of come out of nowhere, out of the blue. Fabrizio Romano has spoken about this and has insight and information about this situation. So, but before that, please don't forget, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, become a member if you can. We got a lot of shows coming for members, so please become one and support the channel. Let's not waste any time. Let's get right to it. Hey, before we continue with the video, you can become a member, get exclusive content, access to all of our live shows on demand at the time that you want. Also, of course, giveaways every month, sometimes multiple giveaways a month. So stay tuned for that. Check it out. Help support the channel. It's a small fee. And of course, you help us and grow. If you hate the Mackhams, smash that like button. Let's get to as many as we can so we can keep the channel growing. Now, back to the video. All right, so Fabrizio Romano, the football transfer guru, came out on his YouTube channel and spoke about this player, Dean Huijsen, who is he's Dutch, he's Spanish as well. We're gonna get into that in a little bit. But a really, really good defender. He was on loan at Bournemouth in the beginning. Now Bournemouth has bought they bought him from Juventus. Really good talent. If Juventus was interested in him, obviously they got rid of him. They sold him, maybe because they already have players, or at the time had players to replace him with. Now I have read, and I know some people that follow Juventus heavily, that they regretted that. After seeing what his form is at Bournemouth, they regretted having to sell him. There's a reason why they had to get Lloyd Kelly on loan, and they regretted letting Dean Huijsen leave the club. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. They sold him to Bournemouth, and so that happened. Let's take a listen to what Fabrizio Romano had to say, and we're going to go from there.
Bournemouth signed the player in the summer from Juventus. Juventus have a sell-on clause for Dean Huijsen, 10%. This is the value of the sell-on clause for this very talented centre-back in this couple they have in the defense, in the 4-back with Zabarni and Huijsen. They are doing fantastic together. Bournemouth, since they started playing together, started having completely different numbers at the back, and so that's why it's important to clarify something. I told you there is a release clause. I told you in January. Today I can tell you that the release clause, according to my information, is £50 million, valid from summer 25. So now, in the summer transfer window, clubs can make it happen without negotiating with Bournemouth. They can go there, pay the clause, and get the player. Or they can try to negotiate on the structure of the clause, and sometimes happens in football. What's important to mention is that the clause is now valid. Now, I mean in the summer, obviously, not in February or March. But also important to say that many clubs are starting to call. I told you in January, Chelsea are monitoring the player closely. He's for sure on the list. Bayern called about the player to be informed on the clause conditions. So Bayern are also following the situation of the player, but now the focus at Bayern is on extending the contract of the Upamecano. The conversations are advancing very well, so the expectation is for Upamecano to sign a new deal. And then, among clubs, also Newcastle are informed, calling constantly about the situation of Huijsen. So for sure there will be many clubs in the race for the...
So there you go. In Newcastle, among one of the clubs that are calling every day for Dean Huijsen. It is interesting. We could use work at the center back position, or we could use depth. I think that it is a time where we need to start looking at replacing Fabian Schär, Dan Burn for the future. And I think this young talent, Huijsen, would be really, really good. He's a really young, talented guy, and he's certainly been getting it done in Bournemouth this season. Look at Bournemouth having the best season of their entire existence under, the new manager, and, of course, a lot of good players. So he's having a really good form, this cat, and I really rate him. Why not Newcastle go out there? The thing is, though, it's 50 million release clause that Newcastle United would have to pay if they want to not negotiate at all. Go out there, get the player, £50 million, and he's your player. Or euros, I think, one of the two. Well, you get the point. It is kind of tricky that the situation, Bournemouth is going to want to get their money, because Juventus gets 10%, and we have to take that in consideration because Bournemouth is going to maybe increase the price and give Juventus their 10%. It's going to be tricky. He is a really good, talented player. So at this point, he's going to have a lot of suitors. Fabrizio Romano, they're saying the Bayern Munich, Chelsea, one of the ones interested in this guy. Look, if Newcastle United want to get top quality players, this would be one of them. And you're going to have to fight. You're going to have to negotiate. You're going to have to go out there and convince the player that we can get him. Let's take a look at some of his stats and his scouting report and see what we can find right here, ladies and gentlemen. This is Dean Huijsen, and really, really good, talented guy. Spanish by nationality, but he was born in the Netherlands, and at a young age he moved to Spain, where he has a nationality as well. But we're gonna get into that detail in a minute. He's 6'5", really tall, really nice. Size for a center back, really agile, which is great for that size. He's only 19 years old. Only 19 years old. So you really got the best of both worlds here. Young. He's got right now proven himself that he can perform in the Premier League and maybe ready for a big club jump. I think that would be really, really good and interesting. He can play with both feet, really good. And let's take a look at where he's been playing. Look at the heat map right there on the right here to the right side of your screen. Very, very agile. This guy can really move. And I'm all about that. It's kind of like maybe you can say a Fabian Schär on the left side, if you will. Really, really good talent. I'm really I would be excited to get somebody like this. And he's only 19 years of age. That's the thing. He's only 19 years of age. Right here in the middle, you can see what his life has been really. Juventus, he was signed under 23, signed into the main team of Juventus, on loan at Roma, and then back to Juventus. And then he was on loan. He went on loan to Bournemouth, and there they actually, decided to buy him. And there we go. So for 15 million euros right there. Now, the main thing is, the 15 million pounds. That is a bit frightening for a guy that's 19 years of age, but I would definitely do it. If Newcastle are about getting talent, well, this is the type of talent you want to invest in. Right here to the left side, it says that, let me go up. There you go. 19 million point 8 euros is player value. Well, we know now that Fabrizio Romano has said it's going to be 50 million. That's the 50 million buyout clause. No negotiated. You go out there and you pay it and get it done. Now, whether do we have 50 million pounds to pay for a center back and more than likely jeopardize ourselves with any other potential signing? We still need a right wing. Can we, get that done? I don't know. I don't know if we can still get that done. If we already spent 50 million on this guy. What are our priorities as a football club right now? We have not made a signing in 3 windows, and priorities are piling up, and I think players to buy are piling up, positions to buy are piling up. And can we really do that? Is the point? Can we buy Huijsen and then also buy a right wing? That is the question that we need to ask, and we need to wait until the money paperwork comes out and the reports come out, and we can see where the money has gone to and what Newcastle United, if we can spend or cannot spend. We're gonna obviously monitor that as well. Right here, he's a defensive. His scores have been on SofaScore. Look at him right here, 7.17, and really, he maintains that here on the last. Look at these right here, these matches. He maintains that, and SofaScore is not the greatest at scores, meaning, they lowball a lot of these scores, even when somebody thinks or one would think that they play good, they still give them a lower score. So I think Huijsen has been really, really important for this Bournemouth team and crucial for this season for Bournemouth, and they are having the season of their life. So they have a lot of talent to look after. I know that there's been a thing about Newcastle and Bournemouth, blah blah blah. Eddie Howe wants their players, etc. But I can tell you this. I think that this is the right time to go out there and get Bournemouth players because they are performing. Semenyo is another one. Can we go out there and get that right wing? It would be really, really good to do that if we can, because Semenyo is top of the cream, man. Semenyo is really, really good. He killed us on both games, and he's a proper right wing. And if Mbuemo is not available, Semenyo certainly might be. Can we do a double deal with Huijsen and Semenyo, and maybe we can give them players and also money? At the end of the day, I think that's what we're going to have to do anyway, and we're going to have to invest heavily. If we can get those two players, I would be really excited for Newcastle United next season. Last but not least, just to do it real quick, this is a detail on his international career, because some people might be confused. Is he Spanish? Is he Dutch? Well, he's both. He represented the Netherlands at various youth international levels, having played for the under 16, 17, 18 national teams, and even 17 we mentioned. But then on March 2024, Huijsen was called up by the Spain national team under 21 to play for the 2025 UEFA European under 21 championship qualification group B against Belgium 11 days later. His personal life, he was born in Amsterdam, North Holland. His family relocated to Marbella, Andalusia, Spain. I'm pronouncing it in Spanish, as it should be. And when he was 5 years old, he became a Spanish citizen in February 2024. He can speak Dutch, Spanish, Italian, and English. Really, really good, this guy. Huijsen is the son of Masha Wismuller and Donny Huijsen. Donny played for Jong Ajax and had a professional career in the Eredivisie and Eerste Divisie. There you go. So that is that as far as his personal kind of life and why he can play for Spain. Really quality, top young guy. So I would definitely go out there and see what we can do if we can sign him. What do you think? Let me know in the comment section down below if you will go out there and sign Mr. Huijsen from Bournemouth. Got to put up a lot of money, though. Can we do it? Will he be our priority? Well, I'll tell you what. At one point, we tried to go get Margihi, and he was the priority, and we still were missing a right wing. So we did it before. It wouldn't surprise me if we do it now. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. This is Chris, the American Mag, and UFC Talk TV, signing out. Bye-bye.
All the lads and lasses there, always smiling faces, gammon along the Scotswood Road.